Hello and welcome to this special interview here on Money Paathshaala. Joining me today is Rahul Jain of Nuvama Wealth, uh, someone who has 20 years of experience in managing capital markets,
Network.
money, wealth, different asset classes. So, given the current scenario that we are in, I thought there couldn't be a better person than him. He is president and head of Nuvama Wealth, which was earlier Edelweiss Wealth Management. Thank you very much, Rahul. It's indeed a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks for inviting me to your show, Money Paathshaala.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. My first question is that given the current scenario in the equity market, still recently, when we saw this little bump up back to 62, the market overall has pretty much gone nowhere for the last 18 months or more. That seems to be causing, as it always happens, that, if there is a fall or if there is no movement upwards, investors begin to start getting jittery. They start comparing returns with other asset classes. So my first question is, what is, you manage a lot of wealth for different categories of people. Uh, how are you looking at the equity markets and investor behavior at this point of time?
So, Vivek, if you see from equity market perspective, and I think you have rightly put that you feel that market has gone nowhere in last 18 months effectively, and if you keep out this the bump which have recently come in, and I think that similar in sentiment has been echoed by the investors as well. So, from equity point of view, there is no emphatic yes which is coming from clients. But if you see also, like Bank Nifty was all-time high on Monday, effectively, and your indices are also coming back to the all-time high levels only. For example, Nifty is just 4-5% away from the all-time high. If you see the numbers. In the current scenario, I would say it is confusing because you're getting very different signals on both the sides. So when you look at global uh, and when you look at commentators coming and speaking, I think there is a lot of shakiness or vulnerability still you find in global markets. I think 15 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks back, only a bank got belly up in US. The inflation is still a very common point of discussion in US. The interest rate hike still a Fed might do one more rate hike, and then the Bank of the Euro part, their central banks also saying that they will do or more increase in hikes. So when you look at global part, you feel that things are not going well, things are not going right. But now when you come and look India, I think you find a very different story altogether. You find that the domestic demand is doing exceptionally well. GST numbers, you look at auto numbers, you look at earnings which are coming for the most of the companies except IT companies. I think most of the part of the companies are also doing reasonably well. So when you generally get a mixed type of signals from markets, that is where the confusion comes in and the people becomes tentative from equity point of view. And I think that is also very clearly resonating in the behavior of our investors also right now in the markets. So people are tentative, people are careful, people are not doing whole hog in the equity right now. But if you see the way this whole is playing out between global versus domestic, I think it will create volatilities for sure because some news comes from outside and you certainly want to go down a little bit because we all are interconnected economies in that sense. The markets are interconnected. But fundamentally, I think from equity point of view, if you ask my view, I think market looks reasonable. I think they should do well, largely on two, three counts. One is that Indian markets, which are fundamentally driven by Indian companies, and the Indian companies, finally, the main barometer becomes their quarterly earnings, annual earnings, which are there. I think they are coming out to be reasonable. Also, if you look at in last 1.5 year, I think the biggest talking point has been about FIs taking out the money, which has also started coming back to India. I would say if you see the global growth context, earning context, a lot of FIs have taken out money from India, but the earnings downgrade have not been so much. I think they remain what they are there. So effectively, if some money comes back, you can see a good pullback rally or good rally happening from here. Apart from that, if you look at mid and small cap companies, I think there's a good growth which you see in a lot of set of companies. So there is a set of people who believe very strongly that mid cap, small cap will do significantly better than large caps because there is a lot of growth, and I'm sure that growth will ensure that the ability of capital gains or stocks or that part of indexes going up is far higher. So that is how we look at equity markets. I think I have given you a long answer, but that is
No,
how
but
we've been thinking or seeing it about it.